morning, guys. It is super fresh outside today. We have got another frost. Don't know if you can hear the crunching as I walk, but it's been incredible. And I've just come outside. The moon is still out and some stars. Have a look at the sunrise this morning. Look at the colour of the grass. It's just pure white. And Sadie's out there in it. So beautiful. All the cars are frozen. It's pretty crunchy underfoot, and it looks like there's a layer of snow on the irises. It's just frost, so hope they don't get too damaged on the leaves. Bruh, it is really cold. Good morning, guys. What you can see over there is Sadie in the flower field with another dead thing. And I can't catch her, so it's just going to stay like that. So today I'm doing something a little bit different. I've got to do some preparation work for a workshop that I've got coming up this month, and we are making wreaths. And I thought what I'd do is show you how I harvest the materials, because all the wreaths are handmade here and grown on site, chemical free, and they grow just behind me here in this section, which is close to my house. So today I'm going to take you out here, we're going to do our harvesting, and I'm going to show you how to put together your very own handmade wreath. Okay, so this is what we're harvesting today. It looks like a real mess, doesn't it? Now this is actually an ornamental grapevine. So these guys go dormant during winter. During summer they grow profusely, and I have to clip this back quite significantly several times during the season. But what I do is I let it die off over winter. It is still alive in here. Like if I snapped open one of these, it would still be green. But I do it deliberately so that I can then harvest it while it is still green, all these long branches, and then be able to twist them into the circular wreath shape. So what we're going to do now is harvest. All I use for that is a step ladder. So just make sure that you're doing this very safely, obviously. What you want to do is try and get pretty long bits, because you want to be able to bend it and make a fairly reasonable sized circle. So just make sure when you're doing it you are getting decent sized ones. So when I say decent size, I mean that sort of size that goes all the way up into there. I'll show you properly in a minute, but you want to actually have a look at the branch before you harvest it and make sure that it's got enough length. Okay, so I've pretty much finished harvesting now. I've got myself a little pile here. Okay, so what you want to do is select your sticks nice and long like that, so that they will actually form a circle nicely without snapping. And then we're just going to trim any sticks like that off. What you can see here is there's some little curls, which I actually prefer to leave those on because they actually make the wreath look a little bit more whimsical. And if the clients want to cut them off later, then they can. But just sort of get them so that they form a circle. Those are the ones that I'll be keeping, and I'll put them in a pile. Okay guys, so let's get to making them. This is roughly the size that I work towards making. It seems to work really well on most doors or houses. The equipment you're going to need are pretty much just a set of secateurs, some string, or you can use wire if you need something a little bit hardier than that. And then you'll just need your pieces of grapevine or whatever branches you're using for your wreath. So once you've got that, all you need to do is take one piece. So I only use 3 bits of branches. I like to stick with that, but sometimes you may need to add more. It just depends on your wreath, because everyone's going to work out a little bit differently. But that's what is good about these wreaths. No two are the same, and they all look really whimsical. So let's start off with our first piece, and what we're going to do is we're going to make the circle shape first, and then we're going to secure that with string. So this is where we want to get the shape of the wreath perfect here. It will look a little bit whimsical, that's okay, but we do want the shape to be fairly circular so that every bit that we add from here on in will actually continue to keep the same circle shape. Now this is where we're going to start adding to our wreath. So grab yourself another piece of your branch, and then we're going to add it in. It doesn't matter where on the wreath you do this, but once you start, you want to keep going in the same direction. So make a decision now and thread your piece of branch through, and then you're going to wrap it around the wreath that you've already formed, and you're going to continue that the whole way around with that piece of branch. So it's just going in and out. And be a bit gentle if you need to, because you don't want to snap any bits. But if they do snap off, don't stress, because you can just add some more in. That's perfectly fine. So can you see how now we're starting to get a bit of thickness to the branch already? So we're going to keep going around like that, and then tuck that last piece in. And we've got our second piece added. Just give it a little bit of a shape again if you need to, and get ready to add your third bit. Make sure that you're securing the new pieces that you're threading in with some string along the way. Now if you're at this point and you do have some bits that just aren't quite sitting perfectly how you would like them to, that's okay. All you need to do is pinch them down and then secure them with some string. Now, during the process of making the wreath, it is always important to keep squishing it into shape, just to get it in the right shape as you go. If it's not quite sitting how you want it to, you can always add another piece of branch into it to perfect that shape. But yeah, that's pretty much it. And that's what we're going to be drying now. So this will go inside, it will hang for a few weeks, and that will pretty much dry into the shape that it is here. Well guys, thank you so much for joining me today. It's been awesome to have you along with me. I hope that this video on making wreaths has been helpful for you, and I hope it inspires you to go and make your own as well. And until the next video, take care. Bye!